Nike, also I would like to welcome from Tanzania, also the player who is going to be quite crucial in the qualifier tomorrow, Imidi Makami. Coach, I'll start with you, and you will just give us a little bit about your impressions and your preparations ahead of tomorrow's game. Please, Coach.
All right, thank you. Good evening. Preparation, I think we started since last Monday, and the most important thing, we are privileged to have all the players in camp. And we've been working very hard with the players and looking at our previous games, because for me it's always important to go back and review yourself and know what you have to do. We are aware that we're playing against Uganda. The Ugandan team, they have already qualified, but that does not take the credit away from them. They have their pride, they are coming here to represent their country. But we also, with Tanzania, we have opportunity to also be among the big boys in Africa in the next AFCON. So what we need to do is to believe in ourselves, we have to believe in our ability, we have to be serious in the game, and then we have to take our chances. I think football is about when you have chance, you have to take it and make sure you defend very well. And if we can be able to do this tomorrow, at the end of the day, like I always say, if it please God, we will be among the big boys in Egypt.
Okay, can you see the coach, or should we just change the chairs? Can you see him? Can you see him? Yep. You are recording?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, the chairs are a bit low. Yeah. But there are some chairs that are a little bit high. So,
It's okay.
All right. Now I'll just give an opportunity to the player also just to give us his impressions ahead of tomorrow's game.
Naweza ku exchange kiti ukakaa katikati, kocha kaa pembeni, tukusikie vizuri kwenye mic.
Habari. Kwanza tunashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu hadi kufika siku ya leo kwa salama kwa kundi wetu kama timu pamoja na mwalimu wetu na mechi zima ya ufundi. Sisi kama wachezaji kwa upande wetu tumejiandaa vizuri kushirikiana na mwalimu wetu. Kwa naamini kesho tutakuwa katika shape nzuri tutaweza kusaidia kupata matokeo. Tunaheshimu Uganda ni timu nzuri, lakini sisi ni wa Tanzania na pia tuko nyumbani. Kwa hiyo tutajitahidi kufanya kile tunachoweza kupata matokeo hapa nyumbani. Asante.
Okay, I'm going to first, because of the microphone situation, I'm just going to ask you first to ask the coach the questions, then afterwards I'll go back to the player. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Make the logistics a little bit easy. Now this is your opportunity to just ask the coach questions, please. Identify yourself, and then we can get on with the press conference. Okay, who goes first? Any questions for the coach?
Yes, my name is Karim Rwanda from Boy Plus Media. Coach, I was asking, we didn't see Aishi Manula on the training this morning. What was wrong?
Well, nothing was wrong with Manula. Yesterday we had training here. There was a ball that hit him, but what we did was for prevention reason to be sure that we are okay. But I think Manula is okay and nothing is wrong with him. Hopefully tomorrow he will be in a position to defend the purpose for us, to defend for his country and to be able to, to achieve this important moment in his career, making sure that this is the first time I will be making it to the AFCON after a very long time. So the mood is we are optimistic, and the same thing I expect from Tanzania, the same thing I expect from the fans, the same thing I expect from the media. We have to be optimistic, we have to believe in our possibility, but we also must be sure that, be careful that it's not going to be an easy match. We're not expecting Uganda to come here and sleep. We're going to play. So it's up to us as a team to prepare ourselves from psychological point of view to the technical and tactical aspect of the game, so we can be able to achieve the objectives which we have set for ourselves.
Okay, I'll take the next question for the coach. Any questions for the coach? And then if there are no questions for the coach, I'm just going to ask the player to come through and we'll have a session with him, please. I'll take questions for the player. Any questions for him? No questions? Oh, sorry, madam.
Iliji tunaenda kucheza kesho na Uganda kwa
hizi so unaambia nini wa Tanzania katika hamasa ya kesho zaidi katika uchezaji wenu ili kuwarudisha Tanzania kuamini kwamba safari ya kwenda Misri kwao iko mkononi kwenu?
Kama kusema mwalimu na kama nilivyosema mimi mwanzo, game tunacheza nyumbani, tulipoteza game away, hata game mwisho kucheza hapa nyumbani tulishinda. Kwa hiyo ni kitu kikubwa, lakini pia kucheza nyumbani pekee haiwezi kusaidia kupata ushindi. Tunahitaji sana wao kuja hapa kusupport ili kuja na ushindi kesho.
Okay, any other question? I'll come back to you now. Okay, you go back.
Yes, nafikiri unafahamu vizuri kucheza na mtu ambaye hana cha kupoteza ni kazi ngumu kidogo. Yeye hana cha kupoteza. Kocha mzungumzia hapo kwamba wanalinda tu heshima ya nchi yao ili waende bila kupoteza na nini. Lakini nyie kama wachezaji sasa, mnadhani jambo hilo la kwamba mnaenda kupambana na watu ambao wanacheza wamerelax haiwezi kuwasumbua? Nyie mna kitu mnakitafuta kwa nguvu, alafu wao hawana cha kupoteza.
Kwa hiyo ni kitu kigumu sana, hata mwalimu anasisitiza sana, lakini hatuna jinsi. Wao wana cha kupoteza, sisi tunachokutafuta. Kwa hiyo inabidi tufanye kile tunachoweza kupata tunachotaka kutoka kwao.
Captain, na mradi labda hivi karibuni mtazamo imefanya vizuri hapa, basi walipambana wakapata matokeo, timu yao imefuzu hatua ya kwenda mbele. Jukumu hilo sasa limebaki katika timu ya taifa. Kama ni wachezaji, hali hiyo mmekaa mnafikiriaje hasa pale labda mtakapokuwa hamjafanikiwa, na Watanzania wote jicho lao liko kwenu na wanategemea?
Kilichokuwa kigumu kwetu na mazuri kwetu mpaka sasa ni kufanikiwa. Kwa hiyo hatuna kingine zaidi ya hicho.
Okay, just one last question I would like to ask the coach. I mean, Coach, you played at the highest level yourself. Have you been able to share some experience of what it takes? I mean, you've played in the AFCON for the Super Eagles yourself in the past. You're a legend in African football. Have you been able to share some experience with your players? You can just speak to the microphone a bit.
Well, I think sharing the experience with the players is something privileged for us. We have played the game, like you mentioned. I was privileged to play in the AFCON, and I won the AFCON in Tunisia, 1994. I think now I'm a coach. The most important thing is to see how I can be able to transmit the ideas, the knowledge for my players to really understand what is being expected of them. In football, we have two key important moments: when a team has the ball and when you don't have the ball. So how do we deal with it when we have the ball, and how do we deal with it when we don't have the ball? Yeah, of course, a lot of people talk about system. A lot of people talk about 3-5-2. A lot of people talk about 4-1-4-1. So, but sometimes it's not about the system mentioned. It's about the characteristic of players that you have that can be able to fit into the system you want them to play. Tomorrow game requires a lot of things. It's not about the system. It requires characters. It requires hunger. It requires determination. It requires taking the opportunity when you have it. It requires being serious. If we want to be among the big boys in Africa, like I always say, we must be able to play. We must be able to believe in ourselves. You can't play always weak team to be a champion. So to Uganda, they're a very good side. They struggled till 2015 and they were able to establish themselves. And today we are also on the same line. And I believe if we do the right thing and what is needful in the game, we also will be recognized. And from there, the confidence in football in Tanzania will grow.
Okay, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back at 5:30 for Uganda press conference. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe just push us, say a bit, just for your photo. For those who want to take pictures, you can sit again. No, both of you, so just sit down for photo opportunities.
All right.
Anyone wants to take a photograph?
They have many of us. They are tired.
Hiyo jambo hajafungwa mpaka leo, kaambia kina Samata wasifungue. Hajafungwa hata goli moja nyama. Kwa hiyo mwisho kesho. Kesho mkateni.
Inashika
Okay? You all good? Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.